Welcome to the podcast episode. I'm Jadine Shannon. I'm your host. I'm so excited that you're here. You guys, I had a breakthrough. Don't you love when that happens? Okay, and I will tell you, sometimes for me, a breakthrough happens after the hardest things. Does that happen to you guys too? Anybody? To you? Talking to my tree here. Oh, by the way, this is an amazing plant. It is a tree with like these beautiful pieces that interweave and make the stem of the tree, or um like the entire structure. It's just interwoven pieces, and it was a birthday gift from my brother and his beautiful children. Anyway, I called her familia because that means family in Spanish. So from my family, she's sitting in on our interview today. Interviewing the tree. Okay, in our podcast today. But I have to say, sometimes when you're like seemingly stuck, you find a new way, a new path. And I don't know why life works that way, but I'm sure you can relate to what I'm saying. This morning was one of those things, and it happens to be the first of the month right now. So whenever you're listening to this, I want you to picture like you've been like in the waves, wrestling, trying to get through something, and you're just feeling like, I can't see it, I can't figure it out. And imagine this part too, it gets more and more emotional. Like you're starting to get so worked up about it. If you're like me, you like call your mom and you're like, Mom, this is what I'm dealing with, which is what I did last night. And then if you're also like me, you might be like complaining about it in your head or just trying so hard to think it through. And you guys, the breakthrough came today. The emotional drama I had been putting on this problem is the thing that has been making it even harder to go through. So it's already challenging. It's already hard to figure out. I already have to grow in order to overcome, right? And to gain the capacity to handle this quote problem. But I was making it so much worse by adding my drama to it, adding my stress. So I had this breakthrough, which is the title of this podcast. It's just math. It's just math. And I'm going to walk you through 3 examples of that in skating, where I really hope it helps you and gives you the same kind of breakthrough, hopefully with less heartache than I have been going through myself, because holy cow, that is a huge change for me, a huge shift in perspective. And I really think it actually was sitting in the back of my brain from my online coach, my life coach that I did 3.5 years, probably almost 4 years of learning from. Her name is Brooke Castillo. She owns the Life Coach School. So heads up, your coach has coaches. Of course, we always need to be getting information in and then sharing it out as well. But I think that it was a business course she did. Anyways, I remember her saying to me through one of these courses, it's just math. Like, as in, you either have a math problem or a drama problem, kind of like a mind problem or a math problem. And so it's probably like that was the seed of it in the back of my mind, but I hadn't thought about it in reference to the challenge I had in my life. Now, the challenge I've been facing is a real estate challenge. So for those of you who don't know, I have been a real estate investor my entire business career. So I actually owned a piece of property before I even owned my business. I mean, within the same year, but still, it was just ahead of that. So I became a landlord and investor at 21 years old. So I have been doing deals and being a landlord and all the things for my entire adult life, basically. And it's taught me a lot along the way. And sometimes, just like in life, the market doesn't go well with your timing and your plans, right? And so I have a piece of real estate that I have been working with a real estate agent to try to sell for months and months and months. And of course, now we're like going into, the next phase of life, which is technically winter. So if you're listening to this in real time, it's October. So it's just, I could go into the drama of it and I could get you all hyped up with me and I could bring you into my problem and get you stressed with me, which is kind of what I was doing last night on the phone with my mom, which is fair. It's my mom. Or I can have the breakthrough ahead today and go, whoa, it's just math. Because if I'm upset about it, it's not going to help me solve it. Does that make sense? And I'm telling you this to share it in real time because I felt like so much relief when I went from drama problem to math equation. And I'm like, this has got to help somebody else out there. I've got to share this on the podcast immediately. So if we take a problem or a challenge or a piece of adversity or something in front of us from the the stress and the complaining and the drama and all the, the is that a real thing? Yeah. The about it. And we go, whoa. What's the math on this, right? What is the math? Then we can start to think, okay, if I'm solving for X plus Y equals answer, I just need to solve for X. I'm now kind of constraining, if you will, constraining my problem or my challenge or my issue to what one thing instead of trying to solve so many pieces at the same time. And I think that's what I was feeling so stressed about, is I felt so scattered and all over the place. And by the way, I am actually recording this before I've solved the problem. I'm still solving for X. But the first thing I did was reach back out to my realtor, say to him, hey, I have this on my mind, this on my mind, this on my mind. I really need to work through these things. Let's get on a call. So I'm saying this to you guys in real time because I don't want to come from a place of like, I have solved all my problems and like I am fine all the time. No, I'm not fine all the time. I get majorly frustrated and stressed out just like you. So that's why I'm sharing and being real with you on this podcast. All right, let's turn it around into a skating example extravaganza. Example number 1, you are working on choreography. Okay, so I wrote this down. So many people have come to me over the years and said they want beautiful choreography. They want to change the world with their performance, right? Or maybe they just want to access their inner artist. And then I go, awesome. Okay, great. So let's start choreographing. Let's put a falling leaf there and let's put a split jump here and let's do like a drag that turns, whoa, coach. I don't do falling leaves. I don't do split jumps. Drag, I don't do it on that foot. I can't turn that direction. And I go, oh, okay. Okay, so you're asking me to cook you a meal with salt and pepper, right? What are we missing here? No ingredients. We don't have ingredients. So guess what? The person can say to me, well, I'm just not good at performing and I get nervous and all the things. And I'm like, well, you're not necessarily getting nervous. You don't have ingredients to cook with. So this is say it with me, a math problem. We need more ingredients. We gotta go shopping. I just flicked the tree for those of you who are not watching the video, and Familia, I just did it again. Oh my gosh. Because I flicked it, the leaves are like bouncing up and down. It looked like she was agreeing with me. Just saying. Are you agreeing with me? Of course you are. So this is what happens, guys. I talk to my tree. It's okay. It's all right. I'm an artist. So here's the deal. The math problem is I don't have enough ingredients to cook a full meal, right? I don't have enough pieces of myself that I can bring to the art to be choreographed. So my first job is to increase my numbers, increase the things that I can do on the ice that the choreographer can then work with and make magic with me. Bunny hops, spread eagles, Ina Bowers, 3 turns, rockers, counters, twizzles, chalk top, also known as S-step, right? How many different beautiful things can you start to work on and master so your ingredient list is full? We go to cook in your kitchen and it's like, girl, I got all the spices. I got smoked paprika in my cabinet. Did you know that? Right? That's your like hydroblade move. I'm telling you, the more ingredients you have to cook with, the better you can play in the kitchen, right? And if we do that metaphorically, we're playing in a skating choreography kitchen. My math problem is simply I need a little bit more to work with. I need more ingredients. I need more to do. Got it? So if you're struggling with your choreography, ask yourself before you ask your coach, before you ask your choreographer, dude, like how many pieces of, equipment am I working with here? How much am I bringing to the table for my choreographer to then be creative with? And if you come up with something less than this hand, like 5 things, you want to go back to the drawing board and master some more skating basics, because then you can come to the table and say, listen, you want to draw a painting? I got all the colors in the rainbow. We can do anything. We can do like shades of mustard yellow. It's going to be amazing. So I hope that resonates. I hope the analogy is not lost on you, but this math equation in that situation is simply about volume. We need more opportunities. We need more options, right, to work with. So math problem number 2, I can't land my jumps. Okay. Or my favorite, I lost my axle. Really? Let's go look in the lost and found. Can you find it? And then they go, no, it's not out there. And I go, that's right. It's not out there. It's in here. You can't lose something that's inside of you. Can you? Unless it's like pee. You're going to pee it out. You're not losing your axle. Never say that again. You can't lose a jump. That's like saying I lost my walk. No, you don't lose your walking, right? You might lose your leg and your walking has to change. That's drastic, but I'm telling you, you don't lose something that you created inside of you. It's not how it goes, okay? So don't say that to yourself. Don't tell your brain that, because as soon as you say that, your brain's like, oh, Axel's gone. I don't know where that thing is. Dude, it was created inside of you. So here's the thing. If you are not getting the results you want in a jump, this is a math problem. Am I doing enough repetitions? I'm not saying try and fall and fail and flail around on the ice. I'm saying repetitions, meaning, am I doing the off-ice jump? Am I warming up my rotations? Am I teaching my body over and over and over what I want, what I want, what I want, what I want? I want you to picture a ballerina, okay? If you go to a ballet class, the highest level ballet class, the top, right? Anyone like New York City Ballet, right? You go into what they call class, right? Which is your warm-up. Guess what they start with? Pliés. They all start with the basic demi-plie, the beginning, the bend your knees over your toes and rise up. Bend your knees over your toes and rise up, and breathe and open the chest and tall body and relax. Like, you always start every single day, every session, reminding your body what you want it to do. You can't be like, oh girl, I practiced last year and I can't do it now. That's just not fair. Dude, that's not how life works. I just flicked the plant again. Okay, clearly the plant is a little close to me. Move it over. Oh gosh, that was good. So here's the thing. I need to practice what I want my body to do. What I want my body to feel. Oh my gosh, you guys, hilarious. I'm recording this on my phone. Just got a text from my realtor. Ha! I won't read it right now. I'm going to keep recording, but that is hilarious. It's karma, man. It's karma. Bring it on. All right. So I'm practicing what I want. I want my body to get stronger. I want my body to memorize the positions, right? I want to have that faith in my ability to show up and physically be ready for the jump. That's called math. I need to do more repetitions, more warm-ups. I need to remind myself. I need to maybe look in the mirror and do my position here and get myself organized, right? My front arm out from my belly button, my back arm out from my shoulder, and then get all the organization with my arms and my core and my body and my free leg and my landing leg, and teach my body what I want, and then rotate and rotate and rotate. I know I'm passionate about this, but this is very important to understand, because the math on the reps is what's going to make you a champion, right? And a champion, by the way, is something you are before you ever get a medal. I'm teaching some 6-year-olds right now. They're champions. They show up, they do their warm-up off ice, they put their skates on with their parents, they get out on the ice, they know what to do. I'm like, dude, you're a champion. And one day, people will notice that, and you'll probably get some medals for it. But right now, you're already a champion, okay? So what is the math problem? What is my repetitions that I'm doing? What am I committed to? How many times a week do I say to myself, I know what I'm working towards, not just I'm falling, right? Are you trying to save that jump? So think of that like that math problem. Now let's go to the very core of figure skating right now. The judging system is a math equation. It was created by a fellow Canadian of ours, and she was a mathematician as a profession and a skater. So guess what? She created a math-based amazing judging system. I say amazing because it's so complicated when you actually do all the math that, I mean, a lot of people can't even follow it. But this is what I know for sure, and this will simplify it for you, okay? You know I love to simplify. CPC, cumulative points. Cumulative. Like cumulative. We've been talking about math this whole conversation. Adding up your score. That's what it is. People get all stressed. Well, I'm going to lose points here, lose points. You can't lose points in this system. You can only gain points. You either gain a little bit or a lot. Isn't that exciting? Come on. That is the best thing ever. In this system, nobody gets 0. If you just skate out to the middle and skate back and skip the whole thing, you'll probably get something. Okay? Everybody gets something. That's what's so great. Maybe you have 5 points. Okay? Maybe next time you have 10. Maybe one day you have 100. Like, it's cumulative. It means that everything you do in your routine adds points. Get this, even when you do an axle and you fall on it, you get points for that. You get points for trying it. Isn't that cool? You get points for showing up. It is the coolest thing ever. If you can just change that in your brain and go, it's just math. And here's the great thing. It's all positive. You can say, well, I got a minus GOE. But you got a minus GOE on something, which means you still have something. You have part of something. So it's actually adding up. Always think that. I'm adding, I'm adding, I'm adding. Every jump I fell on, I added a little bit. Maybe I didn't add the full amount, but I added a little bit. And then you go do your spiral sequence and you kill it. And all of a sudden, you're just amazing because you got a plus on that UE. Now that's worth a lot of points. I had a skater one time. She was going through this growth development phase. She was really stressed out about jumps. It was crazy, but she was really flexible and she was beautiful to watch. And she was doing an awesome solo. And I thought to myself, what's her best thing? How's she going to get a ton of points? And I realized, I'm like, her choreographic sequence is so good. I know people usually put a choreographic sequence at the end of the solo. I was like, I don't want to make the judges wait through the whole solo. Also, I want to build her confidence. And back to that choreography, she had given me lots of tools to work with, lots of flexibility moves, lots of cool stuff, lots of ingredients, lots of spice. And so I thought to myself, why don't we open this program with the best choreographic sequence ever? And I'm telling you guys, she literally went out and killed that choreo sequence. It was worth so many points because it was with the music. It's while she was fresh. She hadn't fallen on anything. She was full speed. She was full drama. Holy cow, that was unbelievable. She had so many points from it. She could fall on most of the jumps and still was in the medals. It was, whoa, crazy. I think that's one of the moments I woke up to the actual meaning of CPC and was like, got it. The math. It's just math. It's cumulative. So here's the exciting part. In all three of these examples, you guys, I have given you, I promise, an opening, an answer to what you've been looking for. Go with the math. Yes, you can have the drama, call your mom, complain, do the journaling. I get it. Girl, I am so much in that vein a lot of the time. And then I got to grow up and say, okay, what's the math? What are the numbers? What am I dealing with here really? Right? So let's do this. Let's do this together. Let's become math geniuses together. I love it so much. I'll tell you one last story just to finish this whole concept. So I was in university. I was just one of those straight A kind of students. As I just was obsessed. I always wanted to be in the top. And I really did study a lot. I was pretty nerdy. I'll be honest. I was pretty nerdy. Okay. And I had to do this course to get my degree in psychology. And in order to get my degree from that university, it was York University in Toronto, beautiful university, incredible experience there. But I had to get a minimum of a C in my class on statistics in order to pass my entire degree. And of course I was like, oh, I need to do well in this course, right? Nerdy Jadine, here we go. But this was so beautiful. It was an 8-month course. It was full 2 terms. It was a big course. And the amazing professor, very staunch, right? Very focused. She came into the very first class and she said to us, and I'll never forget this. She said, here's the deal. This is a course on statistics. You need to get a minimum of a C to pass. And because it's a course on statistics, I have done the math. I just bonked the tree again. Hey. I've done the math, the stats on how many hours on average the students studied who get an A at the end of the class. And I was like, ding! I'm listening. I'm all ears, right? And she said, for this one class, she's like, I know you have a full roster, but for this one class, on average, the people who did the best, meaning an A out of the class, studied 7 hours a week for this one class. And all I heard from everybody was they started groaning, right? They started getting angry. And I was like, oh, she just told us the magic secret. She just told us how to win. I was vibrating, which again, nerd reaction. So what did I do? I made these little Post-it notes and I wrote down the weeks and the dates, right? Of all the weeks. And I put that Post-it note inside my book. No word of a lie, guys. I would study. I'd be in the library studying and I would look up the clock. Oh, I did another hour and I would do a little tick under that week. And every week I tracked my performance as far as how many hours I studied. On my worst weeks, I only got 4 or 5 hours in, but on my best weeks, I got 9 hours in. It all averaged out to 7 hours a week for 8 months of my life to get an A+. So it was really just math. And guess what? I didn't understand the math. I didn't understand the statistics when I started. But when I finished, I really got it and it's never left me. So let's do this together. It's just math. It's skating math. I also have another episode about that. So you might want to check that out too. Thank you so much for listening. Here's to your skating success. And let's go do some numbers. All right. Thank you.